Y'all see him in the streets struggling, young, dumb, and thuggin', give a fuck about nothing. Stuck at rock bottom, trying to come up on something. Pumping from sundown to sun.
What's up, guys? Just here. Welcome back to my channel. We're back with another reaction to Game of Thrones on this Game of Thrones Thursday. This is Season 5, Episode 3, High Sparrow. Now, I could be remembering this incorrectly, so don't crucify me if I am, but didn't the Hound refer to Sansa as Little Sparrow or Little Bird or something like that? I don't know why I'm bringing that up, but that's the first thing that popped in my head seeing this episode title. Regardless, are we going to see the return of the Hound at some point? Because I highly doubt where we last saw him dying at the bottom of a cliff is going to be the last time that we actually see the Hound character. I don't know why I'm bringing that up, but I definitely thought that it was important that I should, because I do feel like he's coming back at some point. Either way, I still feel like this season's setting up a lot of stuff, so no official predictions jumping into the episode. We have spent a lot of time with Khaleesi, Grey Worm, and the Unsullied as well, so I do want to see where that story goes, because she is losing her power right now. The people that she freed are kind of turning against her. At least that's where we last left off with her. And her dragon did return as well, but it is still kind of content with doing its own thing. Still no Bran this season, which is interesting. There's a few rescue mission attempts going on. I definitely want to see more of that pairing of Jaime and Bronn, because that's an odd couple, but I definitely want to see what goes down with them. But yeah, I think I'm just about ready to jump right in and check out this episode. If you guys are looking for my full reactions to the show, the link to my Patreon is down in the description below. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, now's a very good time to click that button down below. Smash the like button while you're there. With that said, let's jump right in. Let's check it out. Let's go. Okay, we're picking up with Arya. I was like, where the hell are we right now? This feels almost like a monk temple or something.
More gorgeous.
I didn't come here to sweep floors.
No? Why come then?
You said you'd teach me how to be a faceless man.
A man teaches a girl. While I do iris, all men must serve. Faceless men most of all.
That guy just died? Jesus. Queen Marjorie. They're not calling for Cersei.
From this day until the end of my days.
This is happening. Lucky lad. I don't know how I feel about the current king yet, but I love me some Marjorie.
Did I hurt you?
That didn't take long.
You were lovely. Very sweet. The sweetest king who ever lived.
Man, I wish I was king.
To do. King Tommen still sounds strange to me. Does Queen Marjorie sound strange to you?
No.
So strange.
Does your mother like it here?
Not with you around.
She told me never to trust anyone in King's Landing.
Losing her husband, her eldest child, and her father. It's no wonder she's so protective of you. She'll never let you out of her sight.
She's already working her magic, getting in his head.
First days of marriage are often...
You gotta get rid of her.
Do you ever miss Casterly Rock?
There's nothing for me in Casterly Rock.
But wouldn't you be happier in Casterly Rock?
I said, darling. Surely 4 times is enough. Are you trying to set a new record?
Tommen seems quite taken with this new queen.
I absolutely adore him. You raised a gallant young man. I'm forever grateful.
Good.
Better than Joffrey.
Oh, forgive me. I haven't been at court for long. I get so confused. What's the proper way to address you now?
There's no need for such formalities.
In any event, judging from the king's enthusiasm, the Queen Mother will be a Queen Grandmother soon.
Wouldn't that be a lovely day?
They're keeping up appearances, but they're going at each other. This is great.
I have something important to tell you. Stop eating and listen. We don't have enough men to hold the north if the other houses rise up against us. Do you understand that?
Our pact with the Lannisters protects
I had a
us.
pact with Tywin Lannister. They have never once in the history of the Seven Kingdoms sent their army this far north. If you think they will for us, you're a fool. The best way to forge a lasting alliance isn't by peeling a man's skin off. The best way is marriage. And as it happens, I found the perfect girl to solidify our hold on the north.
Where are you taking me?
Home.
The Boltons have Winterfell. Your marriage proposal, it wasn't for you.
No,
Bruce Bolton murdered my brother. He betrayed my family.
he did. Your place is in the north.
I can't marry him.
Littlefinger.
You can't make me. He is a traitor, a murderer.
You're not marrying Roose Bolton. No, you'll be marrying his son and heir, Ramsay, say the word and we'll turn the horses round, but listen to me. Listen.
Everybody's got ulterior motives in this show.
You've been a bystander to tragedy from the day they executed your father. Stop being a bystander. Do you hear me? There's no justice in the world. Not unless we make it. You loved your family. Avenge them.
I did not see this coming. Amazing.
Miles out the way.
I'm so glad that they're there.
We'll lose sight of them.
Doesn't matter. I know where they're going. I'm getting a bit old to be a squire.
I brought up his age a few episodes
How
back.
did you end up squiring for the imp?
Lord Tyrion was always very good to me.
Yes, all your lords have been very kind to you. All except me.
You beat the hound. I'm proud to be your squire.
I'm sorry I'm always snapping at you.
Pod's the
You didn't
best.
snap at me, I wouldn't learn anything.
You want to be a knight, Pod?
Yes.
Starting tomorrow, we'll train with the sword twice a day.
Okay.
And I'm going to show you how to ride properly.
Thank you.
I can't knight you, but I can teach you how to fight.
I suppose that's more important.
I knew their relationship would blossom. He's a good kid. Super loyal.
All my life, I wanted to be Jon Stark. Say the word and you will be. But I have to refuse you.
I don't think Stannis handles rejection
well.
well.
Night's Watch. My place is here. I'm giving you the chance to avenge your family, to rule the North. I wish I could fight beside you. I pledged my life to the Night's Watch. You're as stubborn as your father, and as honourable. I can imagine no higher praise.
So true.
Praise, honour that your father killed.
Now Sansa being there, being wed off to Ramsay.
Whose sword is that? It belongs to Arya Stark. Arya Stark's sword, Arya Stark's clothes, Arya Stark's stolen silver.
I understand getting rid of everything that was part of you before, but keep the sword. He's obviously gonna know she can't get rid of that. He's probably gonna test her. Did you get rid of it? Yeah. No, you didn't. Yo! I didn't even think about Reek being there. You monster.
Lady Sansa, welcome.
Lord Bolton.
Good job,
May I introduce my
Sansa.
son, Ramsay Bolton.
It's an honor to meet you. My lady.
I really don't want him anywhere near her. Oh, jealousy brooding.
Welcome home, Lady Stark. The North remembers.
You have more experience than any other ranger at Castle Black. You proved your valor many times over while defending the wall from the wildling attack. I name you First Ranger.
Lord Janis.
There you go.
I'm giving you command of Greyguard.
Greyguard is a ruin.
Yes, the fort is in a sorry state. Restore it as best you can.
I will not go meekly off to freeze and die. Give it to one of the fools who cast a stone for you. I will not have it!
Hang him.
You're refusing to obey my order?
You can stick your order up your bastard ass.
Who's this guy think he is?
Take Lord Janis outside. Ollie, bring me my sword.
I don't do this!
Did he think he was gonna stand up for him?
If you have any last words, my lord, now's the time.
You made a scene.
My lord, please, mercy! Mercy! I'll go, I will! I'm afraid. I've always been afraid.
Oh! I was just gonna say, John's the type to show mercy. No mercy here.
Shame on you!
I ask that you protect our faith by arresting these criminals and throwing them in the black cells. I ask that you execute their leader, this so-called High Sparrow. If he goes unpunished...
Then where do I find this man? This High Sparrow?
She really shouldn't be here.
The young man said I'd find the High Sparrow back here. Where is he?
High Sparrow. Sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? We're often stuck with the names our enemies give to us. The gods sent you here to tempt me. I hope not. I had assumed you'd only come here to arrest me for that incident with the High Septon.
He doesn't want me to arrest you. He wants me to execute you. The faith and the crown are the two pillars that hold up this world. One collapses, so does the other. We must do everything necessary to protect one another.
Here we go. That's an interaction I want to see.
She really is lovely. I hope I can make her happy.
I hope so too. She's suffered enough.
I'll never hurt her. You have my word.
Allow me a moment alone with Lord Baelish.
Yes, Father. And thank you, Lord Baelish. I'm forever in your debt.
A message for you from Cersei Lannister.
Speaking of which,
arrived from the Eyrie shortly before dawn.
Strange that the seal is broken.
I'm sure you understand my position, Lord Baelish. If you receive word in the night from the Queen Mother, it does make me question our new alliance.
The last time the Lords of the Eyrie formed an alliance with the Lords of the North, they brought down the greatest dynasty this world has ever known.
The only red priest we had in King's Landing was Thoros of Myr. This one's much better looking.
new love interest?
Stone men. Good luck stopping the spread of grayscale with prayer. You were going to meet the Savior. You should have told me. Who doesn't want to meet the Savior?
Why are you talking so much, Tyrion? Oh.
Let's find a brothel.
He's been made. Good luck to rub a dwarf's head.
Dwarf's cock. See? We blend right in.
Oh no.
No need to worry. It's just... Oh. Thought you were someone else.
He's made some kind of mistake. Why don't you tell me what you think you're doing?
It's a dwarf napping.
I'm taking you to the Queen.
No! Alright guys, that was Game of Thrones Season 5, Episode 3, High Sparrow. And clearly that had nothing to do with the Hound at all and what he may have said to Sansa previously, like I was discussing a little bit in my introduction, because he obviously did not come back this episode. I'm still holding out hope that he is out there and he's going to return at some point, because I refuse to believe that the last time that we're going to see him is him just at the bottom of a cliff just dying there. So I'm still holding out hope that his character will return at some point. He's still out there, but yeah, as of right now, only time will tell. But we are off to a little bit of a slower start this season. I gotta say, I know some people are going to get upset at me saying that, but I gotta be honest, I'm always real with you guys. Just, this is my first time watching. I'm just going to give you guys my honest opinion and feedback of how I'm viewing the show. So yeah, we are off to a little bit of a slower start this season, but it's not necessarily a bad thing, because there's still a lot of interesting stuff going on right now. Like, even look at the scene with Marjorie and Cersei going back and forth with each other. Yeah, there's not a lot of action, balls to the wall, like stuff blowing up and fights and whatnot, but I don't really need that. As long as there's good storytelling going on, that's all that really matters. And you can tell that they're setting up a lot of stuff right now, but I absolutely love that back and forth with Cersei and Marjorie, because they're so similar and they're both playing, like, they're just doing their part in regards to like playing a game of chess and using Tommen as like one of their main chess pieces to move around and manipulate the other ones. So yeah, I feel like Marjorie might even try to take out Cersei at some point and vice versa. They're clearly don't want each other around, so they might be coming for each other's heads. I don't know who's going to strike first and if it's going to be successful or not, though. So no official prediction, but I just feel like it's only a matter of time before they actually go after each other rather than just butting heads and making it seem civil at the moment, when we all know that they hate each other's guts. But yeah, I even said this episode, I would not want to get on Cersei's bad side, because whew, you could just see her face when she was to walk away from that one conversation with Marjorie. I was like, ugh. Marjorie's in trouble now. Cersei's coming after her. You just saw like she was pissed off. But yeah, there's a lot to discuss this episode. A lot went down, even though it wasn't jam-packed with action. So we started the episode off with Arya. We basically picked up where we left off last episode, and I don't really know what's going on with her. I guess it's more of a Mr. Miyagi type of situation where they're kind of training her wax on, wax off, because she's just sweeping floors right now. And then there was a weird scene too with the guy that like passed out or died, or I don't even know. He seems to be dead, but they're cleaning him in the back, but I don't know if they're like getting him ready for the afterlife or just preparing him for, I don't know, being the man without a face. Is this part of the process in regards to what Arya wants to become? I don't know. I guess they kind of just left us for now hanging. They showed some of it, and then they never went back to it. So I'm just going to assume that we're going to see more of it moving forward, next episode and whatnot. But yeah, it was very interesting to see it, especially when that one point was made to Arya that she basically has to give up everything that made her who she was previously and all the possessions that she holds on to in order to move on and take the next step. But the one thing she did not get rid of is Needle, and I was actually thankful for that, because when she was looking over it, ready to drop it in the water, I was just like, please don't. Like, Jon gave you that. That's the one possession you have from him, still from your family, basically, to remember him by, remember them by. Thankfully, she just hit it for now. Obviously, it's not good for her training, and I feel like Yagen, or whatever his name is, already going to know that she did not get rid of it, but at the same time, I feel like it's going to come back at some point, too. So it was definitely good to see that she did not get rid of that. Even though she got rid of everything else, her clothes and whatnot, and the coin that she was holding on to, she previously got rid of the coin, and it was brought back to her, though. So who knows? We might even see that coin again, but the other thing that I really want to talk about, and I've been waiting to talk about this, is Sansa and the Boltons. Like, oh my god, every move in this show that is made by every single character, there's ulterior motives. Like, obviously we have some pure characters like Pod, I've already discussed that before, but when it comes to Littlefinger and Bolton, and look at Bolton making Ramsay officially a Bolton, that wasn't just out of the kindness of his heart. And now it shows that. Like, I thought at first maybe he was actually recognizing that Ramsay's really doing everything he can for his father, even if some of the moves he makes are a little insane and out of line, out of pocket. I thought that at least Bolton was seeing that he is kind of stepping up and trying to be the best man that he can be in order to help out his father. But no, his father's just basically using him, giving him his name in order to wed off his son to Sansa, or have him marry Sansa just so he can have further control of the North. That is freaking crazy. That just shows like that all the chess pieces are constantly being moved. Every single one of these players, and obviously we have bigger players like Tywin. He was the king, basically, without actually having that king label. He was the king. Never mind King Tommen, because I also want to discuss him a bit this episode too, because he is one lucky king. I kind of feel bad for him also while I'm discussing, I will go back to Sansa, but while I'm discussing King Tommen, I kind of feel bad for the kid because, yeah, he just wants to, I guess he's still kind of learning to rule. And at the same time, he thinks he has like the love of his life next to him in his bed when she's just there for the title. The only thing that Marjorie cares about is Queen. Maybe she cared, actually no. Going back to Renly, I don't think she ever even cared about Renly. She definitely didn't care about Joffrey. She's like a Black Widow. I'd be scared about marrying her, even though she is absolutely gorgeous, but she's the queen now. It is officially official. We'll see what she does with that title. But yeah, going back to Sansa and Bolton and Ramsay and Littlefinger as well. He wasn't even using Sansa for himself. Well, he's definitely using her for himself, but not to marry her or actually be with her, which is, that definitely threw me off. Like, at the same time, anything that Littlefinger does, I'm like, wow, that was shocking. But coming from Littlefinger, knowing who he is, that was also not shocking. So, yeah, that definitely caught me off guard, though. I definitely thought that he just wanted to be with her since he couldn't have Cat. So, yeah, that was not the case. She's actually going to be with Ramsay. What? Like, I cannot believe this, especially the importance of Sansa. When we were first introduced to her character, even after the death of Ned, I never realized how important her character would end up becoming. She has come so far. That one scene with Bolton and Sansa, you could just see the look on her face the entire time. Like, you killed my mother, you killed my brother, I just want to act out my revenge on you right here, right now. But just like a light switch, she just flicks it on, she puts on the happy face, you could just see her smile, and she's like, yes, Lord Bolton, I am at your leisure, what can I do for you? And then that's when she's actually introduced to Ramsay, who I do not want her to end up with, because we all know he's a psychopath. Yes, he did make a promise to Littlefinger that he will not harm her, he will not hurt her, and I do want to believe him that he will be honorable or be a good husband, but at the same time, it's only a matter of time before the psychoness comes out. And two things I want to bring up about Sansa's trip there as well. One, I think it was Ramsay's old flame. You could just see the jealousy in her eyes. I feel like she's going to attack Sansa at some point. I really don't think it's going to be a successful attack, but it's definitely something that I could see coming. The other thing I wanted to bring up was one of the servants or maids or whoever that woman was that was actually leading Sansa to her room there. She brought up a very good point, or she said something interesting to her where she's like, welcome home, Sansa, and the North remembers. I'm pretty sure I've heard that saying before, so yeah, as a fan of the Starks, it was nice to see that Sansa and her family still have some supporters out there. But speaking of family, I do want to talk about Jon Snow a little bit this episode as well, because he had some people pushing back. And of course, it was that bald fuck from before, and he thought that Sir Alistair was going to protect him when he was pushing back. He thought he was all big, that he had some protection, and right away I was like, hang him. But then it came to me, yes, he's obviously going to get beheaded. So it was so nice to see an end to that character, because he's a prick. I've always hated him, even when Tyrion was going against him in King's Landing, and he was yelling that as well, like, I'm important, I know people in King's Landing, they're going to be upset at this, they're going to come for you. I don't think that's the case. He may have been important there, but he was sent to the wall. No one really gives a fuck about him. I think he was more or less forgotten about. But yeah, Sir Alistair, he's a prick too, because just when I was starting to like him previously, going back to last season, he's kind of playing games right now. He wanted him to push back at Jon Snow, but he didn't want to do the pushing back himself. I think that's really what it was. But it was so nice to see him beheaded, because I didn't think he was going to do it. When he was begging for mercy, I'm like, fuck. Because Jon Snow is so honorable, just like Ned was, he's gonna show mercy here. But nope, he beheaded him. That caught me off guard, and that was great to see. I did mention Tyrion there as well, so I do want to discuss him a little bit, because we all saw what went down at the end of the episode with Jorah and kidnapping him. There Tyrion is, just having the time of his life, escaping King's Landing, escaping death after a long carriage ride, stretching his legs, not even getting laid, because I think he's still dealing with some post-traumatic shade disorder. But yeah, there he is, just pissing in the wind when Jorah sneaks up on him, grabs him, and even lets him know that he's taking him to the Queen. So I can't even imagine what's going through Tyrion's head, but I don't know why Jorah needs to do that either, because he already got the pardon, but maybe it's because Tywin's dead that he feels that he needs something else in order to go back there. I guess that makes the most sense, but I feel like he's not going to make it back there, or I could be wrong. Maybe he doesn't actually meet up with Khaleesi, or maybe he brings... I guess he doesn't have a reason to bring Tyrion to Khaleesi. He doesn't even know that he's on the way to meet her. So yeah, I don't think he's going to make it back to the King's Landing and to the Queen, but I don't know what's going to go down with that. So no official predictions here. That's just crazy to me. I don't know what's going to happen, which is always a good thing, because when shows are too predictable, I feel like they're not as enjoyable. Sometimes, yeah, if you know what's going to happen and you want something to happen and it all goes according to plan, then yeah, you can enjoy the experience. But sometimes the ride, or just not knowing while you're watching during the ride, is better than the actual arrival or destination, if you get what I'm saying. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed this episode, even though it was a little bit of a slower one. There's a lot going down. There's a lot of things being set up right now. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end it there, guys. As always, definitely let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. If you guys can like and subscribe, it really helps my channel grow. Until next time, I am out. Enjoy your day. Peace.
Well, I didn't smoke enough for you, didn't drink enough for you, wasn't full enough for you, wasn't good enough for you, damn.